What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys tune in for the remainder of this video. This video is a fun chit chat, just talking about friendships, especially because I've seen a lot happening on the YouTube platform, and just spreading some positivity and just open communication when it deals with your relationships. So again, your girl is not a makeup artist, but I just wanted to throw some face on because I want to get in the feeling, in the spirit to record, especially since we have so much downtime, and I'm like going stir crazy in this house. So let's get into the video. Boom. Thing that is going on is like God is saying to slow the hell down. He didn't say hell, of course, you know, but you know, he really wants you to put a lot of things into perspective. And honestly, I have really been like putting a lot into perspective. So I'm just gonna chit chat with you guys, do a quick look. You guys know, not a makeup artist. I'm just going to do a little something so that way I can film some other crime videos for you guys and just get ready. But I really just felt like I was in the spirit to just like talk. I don't know. And then my office is a mess. So like, y'all, I just feel like God is he really wants me to focus on a lot of different stuff. And I've been looking crusty, as you can see. Look at this, y'all. I look a mess. So this is real. This is like real life. Like, I'm blessed and I'm just like being grateful and all of that. But I really wanted to chit chat with you guys. I hate how like my desk is, because I moved my desk around. But I really wanted to, once you get the bottom, it's a little easier to do the top. But I really wanted to talk about friendships and just like life period. And I really wanted to talk about friendships because I know you guys been seeing a lot of the drama. Now, before I begin on that, I love both ladies. I've definitely been watching both of them for a long time. Not even gonna say their names because this is not about them. But I think that I wanted to really talk about friendships in general, because when you go through like a bad friendship, or you see people go through bad friendships, it really makes you think about what you went through in your friendship. And I just, you know, was thinking like, well, dang, what can we do in my video to talk about? Because like friendships are real, you know, these people are in your lives. They come around your family, your friend, other friends that, you know, and you build this bond with one another. And then when the friendship goes sour, it's like you're just hanging in the dust. And I experienced like some bad friendships over the years. I'm not perfect, and I think a lot of times too, when friendships fail, I look at myself, because I know I'm not the perfect friend. I know I'm very busy. I know I could be doing more, you know, but I definitely try to, I bumped my eyebrow. I definitely try to show up for my friends, you know, being a mom and trying to run brands and working full-time and also being a wife, you know, it's a lot. It really is. And and the reasons why I say I look at myself is because, you know, I suffer with abandonment issues. So sometimes I have to check myself and say, you know what, is this my issues coming out, or is this someone really not being a good friend to Stephanie? Like, is that what is happening? And a lot of times I think one is bigger than the other. A lot of times people don't look at themselves. They want to be victim, but it's like, what did you do to go down this way? You know, like I had a friend, you know, we literally did everything together, and just out the blue, she stopped talking to me. And it really hurt my feelings because I didn't understand what the dynamic was. And I'm a big person on being upfront, saying how you feel. Yeah, sometimes in the past I probably may have talked shit, you know, but of course that's growth. When you have good people in your corner and you know you have some good friends, like you try to make it right no matter what. I don't care how hardcore you think you are. If you really have some dope friends in your corner, like, make it right. And I mean that, like, definitely make it right. These eyebrows may be a little far apart, but whatever, we're gonna make it twerk. But yeah, you know, like, I definitely had to look at self. And I just remember hitting her up. She ain't hit my phone. And I'm like, damn, what did I do? Like, what did I do? I'm sitting here thinking like, I've been nothing but a great friend to you. And this is where we have problems. People don't know how to communicate. People do not know how to open their mouths when something is bothering them. I went in this friendship thinking everything was gravy. Whole time she had a whole ass problem with me, and I never knew this. And it bothered me once I found out. It was like, that's why you're mad at me? That's why you're not my friend anymore? But it's like, if you know me as your friend, hold on y'all, you know I was battling depression. I just had a baby. And you know this, you know I went through postpartum with my son. And you know there's some areas in my life where I really needed to focus on Stephanie. And if anybody calls you selfish for focusing on you and your mental, they are not a friend. A real friend is going to be in your corner. They're going to understand everything that you are currently going through, and they will be there no matter what, no matter if or when you need them. And that's the type of friendships I have realized now at 29. And I know I'll probably lose more friends along the way. That's the reality of life. Everyone can't come, and I had to pick up on that. You know, sometimes God will move people out of your life, even if you are good to them or they are good to you. Sometimes their mission is not your prerogative. You are not meant to go on the mission that they are serving. And that's just the bottom line of it. The mission that they are on, you aren't going. You aren't going on that mission with them. The mission that, the mission that God is putting them on is not meant for you. It is not meant for you at all. And I was reading some of the comments on the two ladies' video, and you know, people can tell you all day long, but they weren't there. They weren't in that friendship. They weren't, you know, they don't know the full details. We weren't there. So when people give their stories, you know, all you can do is just take in what they're saying and keep it pushing. Because again, you are not there to know what happened. But again, a lot of times friendships, like I said, they fail because one, when you're feeling some type of way, tell your friend. Please tell your friend. Because if you don't, you're going to harbor feelings against this individual. I know I'm like really out the way with that, but don't worry about that. You're going to feel a certain type of way about them. When they come around you, it's gonna get on your nerve. Damn, did I cut the brow off? Shit. Look now, I gotta film some other videos now. You got me out here looking stupid. That's the good thing about a pencil. You have to legit make sure you are being honest. Honest with yourself. Honest with what you want in your friendships. What are these people bringing to the table? I read a post today and it was talking about how if your friends, see with me, I'm so big on vibes. I'm big on things. But at the same time, when you have other underlying issues, you have to check yourself. You have to say, is this really something to discuss, or am I tripping? Like, you know, like what I do is I'll ask my husband, because you know, men, they're not like us females. We're emotional. I don't care what y'all say. We are emotional creatures. And we overthink. I remember one time I asked him for advice on something. He said, boo, you are tripping. But he didn't say it to me. He said, like this person loves you. They don't want to place any harm around you. You know, like they have been there through some trials and tribulations. Like you two are like, you know, thick as thieves pretty much is what he was saying. And I was like, you know, I said, sometimes I just feel like, you know, I do a lot for people. And when it comes with that, I never look for anything. But again, you know, I've been used in friendships before. So I'm not used to, this is old, like I'm not used to people really being open and honest like me, or really telling me how they feel, because when they do, it makes me feel good. Like it makes me feel like, okay, cool, like you're my friend, you know? And I just, you know, I had to really ask those questions, like, put these little eyebrows up. I really had to ask those questions, because the mind is a thing. We will sit there and we will, where did I do my thing? We will sit there and we will talk ourselves out of things. Where's my little ball? We will, you know, we just do a lot. And it's not fair to the people that really are our friends. It's not fair at all. That's why I say the lack of communication brings a lot of issues. A lot of things can be resolved if we have those tough conversations that are really bothering us, and we know it's bothering us, but then we don't say anything and we just hush it up. So back to the story, what I was saying. I just remember being like really, damn, where's my bronzer brush? I just remember being really hurt by the fact, I'm gonna just use this because I don't feel like waiting. I'm really hurt, and sometimes that's just life. Like, people are not meant to come. I'll do it this way. I want to get my coffee. Woo, child. Yeah, people are not meant to come in your life. Like, y'all, this is when I say I just do a little bit and keep it the freak pushing. I don't do all that. Like, I have stuff, but I just don't, yeah. But yeah, so again, like, people will do things to deliberately try to hurt you. And my grandmother always told me, when you pour and pour and pour into people and you are receiving no reciprocation, it's time to end that. It's time to dead it, because people will use you up and not give two flying rats ass about you. And that's just the stone cold truth. But again, people, I gotta do it this way. People, you know, people aren't honest. People don't tell each other how they feel, and that's why a lot of variations occur. Like, I remember telling my one friend, you're doing too much. Like, you really need to get it together. I didn't say it in that, you know, in that manner. Come on, Ash Glue. Like, I basically told her what a friend should have told her. And this is the problem. Come the hell on. This is the problem that we have. Now I gotta use something to put it on there. Damn it. Use my finger. And that's why we have problems, because people are not open, and they're not willing to reciprocate. They're not willing to listen, pretty much. Like, me and my my 1-2 friends that I have known like really the longest, we all have children. And that's another thing. Life gets crazy. We have children. We have families to tend to. A lot of us want to be married. A lot of people want to have children. So it gets to that point where, you know, you're sacrificing a lot, because you're building that bond. Well, you're trying to build that bond, and you're trying to cool off a little bit. But yeah, like, we just don't, like, we don't listen to hear. Like, we think everyone is trying to attack us. And I know I get defensive because, you know, I wasn't raised like to express myself like that. I wasn't raised in a household where love is more shown versus surviving. And people don't realize, like, when you've been brought up on survival, your instincts and how you handle friendships, other relationships, people in general, is so different than those who were raised on love. My husband literally is very different when everything is built on love. For me, I feel like everybody's trying to get me. They want something from me. But people who are built on love and raised on love, everything is like this genuine feeling, you know, like you don't look at situations as someone trying to just get something from you. That makes sense. And I'm gonna pause real quick. Like, the way I look at my husband and the way he handles things is so different. So different than the way I handle things. Like, my husband was raised on love, and we come from two different worlds, but it works for us. It works. That's just the dynamic. You know, not everyone can handle that dynamic. Castor oil and flax seeds, is that how you pronounce it? I actually like it. It smells really bomb. But yeah, you know, and if you're battling a friendship where you feel like you're the only one giving, you gotta dead it, sis. Cause people are gonna take as long as you keep giving, and I think if more people open their mouth, we be good to go. Like, and I just look at that situation. That's why I said I don't want to talk about them, because I like both of them. I think they are beautiful, black, educated women doing the damn thing. And I can't hate on a sister doing that. Like, that's just something I'll never do. And a lot of times too, people, you know, you can't, when things are happening, you gotta, like I said, you gotta hold yourself accountable. You got to ask yourself if you are overthinking things. And if honestly and truthfully, if something is bothering you, yo, pick up the phone. And that's another thing. We so quick to get on social media. A lot of people don't. I gotta put something on this. A lot of people don't call their friends and say, hey, you know, this has been bothering me. What's your take on it? Like, yo. And I know a lot of people believe in ghosting their friends. I don't. I think that's the most childish thing that you can do. And people can say all day long, well, you don't owe nobody nothing. You don't. But then if somebody do you like that, your little baby feelings gonna be hurt. They're gonna be crushed. Why? Because you out here treating the people who you claim you love like pure shit. And when all you had to do was just pick up the phone and say, hey girl, I didn't like the way, you know, you said this or whatever that you did. And like my friends, they talk about me because I'm a person that says, I don't like meeting people. Like, no, I don't want to meet your friends. I don't. No, I don't. And my friends be laughing at me. And they be like, Steph, why? I've been there, done that. If it's not genuine, I don't want it. I don't want the shit. I'm so tired of people using me. I'm tired of people not being genuine. They claim they one way, then I end up finding you're not. Like, I let this girl in my home. Then come to find out, sis was talking about me. Like, I just can't. And if you my friend, I'm not judging you about what you're out here doing or judging you about your circumstances or whatever the case is. And then, you know, you put my husband in drama, put my husband in stuff, and like, people like that, they have no purpose being in your life. I'm genuine, and I'll ride for you to the end. But the moment you meet the flip side of me, meaning Michelle, it ain't pretty. And I just rather not even go down that lane. So, ooh, this side is tripping. But yeah, like my friends be like, Steph, you don't never like it's not that I don't like meeting people. I won't say that. I will say I'm just very selective of who I allow into my space, because I used to be a person where I just want to be everybody's friend. I want to support. There's nothing wrong with supporting people. I want to do the most. And like my friends be looking at me like, you always bringing somebody new around. Oh, but now that I don't, this side blowing me. But now that I don't, this only water and oil, y'all. But now that I don't, they be like, you don't like people. Like, I don't. Like, I'm what Kevin Gates say? I'm a good friend, but I'm not friendly. Like, I have to monitor who I allow into my space, their energy, because people bring their negative vibes around you, and then it just goes to shit from there. So I have to like really peep you out, and even still, that's not saying like people won't turn around and be this psychotic person, because people change, life circumstances change. And I was reading Sarah Jake's post about her and her best friend. You know, people, when you get into a friendship and it's nothing but, I know I look bald headed, right? I need to put a bald head right there. Oh, here we go. But I was reading Sarah Jake's post, and she was talking about how her and her friend, they just got tired of trying. And that's so true in friendships. Like, let me get my weed. Like, she was saying how her and her friend, they got tired. Oh, and all I did with this is, if you see my video with the curly hair, I did the same thing, but I just took like the little braid in hair and kept it pushing. So yeah. But yeah, she said her and her friend, her best friend, they got tired of trying, you know, especially by living in, I think, different cities. And it just, you know, you just get tired. Like the miscommunication happens, and you guys aren't communicating anymore. Let me use this bobby pin to hold it until I'm done. You know, all of those factors that really factor into friendships. And it's a shame, because it doesn't mean you love those people any less. But again, everybody can't go with you. Yeah, like, that's just the reality of it all. People get tired. Why is that bald spot dealing with this dang on brush? Yeah, like, people get tired. You know, you try to find the balance in the friendship, and sometimes just people aren't meant to be in your life, and you have to like move on from those people, because everybody can't come. Everybody is not meant for the same journey that you're supposed to be on. And the moment that you realize that and you don't take everything to heart, I feel like you'll be so much better. Honestly, friendships are hard. We're all busy. We're all trying to be boss ass we're all trying to be boss babes. We're all trying to work, maintain our families, find the balance in it all. But I feel like if you love people, don't give up on the friendship if there is a reciprocation, because that's the most important part to me. Are you reciprocating the energy that I'm giving out to you? And if I feel like you aren't appreciating the energy that I am giving out to you, I dismiss myself. I don't do it making a loud abruption. Like, if you hit me up, I'm going to be there. But in a way, people might find that to be ghosting, but at the same time, you have to learn when, if you have expressed yourself to that person and they're not making any effort to be a better friend to you, you have to slowly distance yourself. Like, I had one of my friends hit me up and say, you know, Steph, I need to be sharing your work a little bit more. And I said, oh no, you're fine. I know you're busy. I know you're working. And she said, no, I need to be being a better friend. And that like really touched me, because you don't find friends that are openly and willing to communicate effectively in that manner. And that made me say, you know what, Steph, I want to be a better friend too. Like, I want to make sure I'm supporting more of my friends. I know I try to support everything that they do. I may not be able to come, but if I can't come, I repost a flyer or whatever, I'm always recommending someone to someone. You know, I know a lot of people, so I try to just put out good energy. And as long as you put out good energy, good vibes, God will always put those good people in your life, and he will also take away those people not meant to be there, whether it's good or bad. Because again, their journey is not your journey, regardless of if the friendship is going great. We all have a path, and not everyone is meant to stay on that path. So I hope that you guys like this little chit chat. Get ready with me. Took me from bum to babe. Now I'm gonna go ahead and record some more videos for you guys now that I got some time. But yeah, like, just be honest and open in your journey, whether you're dealing with a boyfriend, girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your friends, your family. Like, positive dialogue and open and effective communication is always a plus when it comes to family or friends in your relationships, because like I said, if they mean something to you, make it work. So guys, I hope you guys like this little fun chit chat. Get ready with me, something just basic. You know, I tell you guys this all the time, not no makeup artist, but I will try. So hope you guys